Hello there, everyone. This is Soul Super 17 here. I'm gonna give you this huge. I did not own this picture, and this is not a paid video. Okay, so it is 12:34 in the morning, and here's the thing: I got no sleep yesterday night after I made the video. I had no sleep. I was tired. I slept all morning, all afternoon. Woke up at 3. And then somewhere around 4 when I was trying to make the video, I fell asleep until 5:20 something. So yeah, that's why no video came out. So, and tomorrow I'm gonna be doing wood, so I don't know how long it's gonna be until. So, uh, freaking work with my dad splitting wood. Yay! It's fun. No, it's not. But anyways, so I'm just gonna tell you guys, everything's gonna have to be pushed back by a day or not. The whole entire though, the whole entire basically high school DxD one's gonna be it's gonna come out on Saturday anyways. My cheater one is coming out next. My betrayed one is coming out, you know. And then my shredded stomach, E-rate 8. But then my Ashura Indirect Reincarnation one's coming out. Then the high school DxD one. Because I just wanted to be that way, because that way I can watch the episodes before I make them, before I make the what if, so that way I can get somewhat similar, to the anime, but at the same time it's not. So I can add on some things. So yeah. Anyways, I do not know if I gave the quirk, one for all to Mirio, but I don't know if I gave it to anyone. That's the thing. So, if I give it to Kirishima, great. If I didn't, then I gave it to Mirio. So, yeah. Can't really remember. So, can someone leave a comment on saying who I gave it to, please? And thank you. So, just for everyone's simplicity's sake, we're not gonna have Mirio on Island. And also, Minetta's dying. I'm making Deku use carnage to basically drill into, well, more like infect Minetta's brain to basically destroy who he is, and then bring him back, but with different, you know, lifestyle and everything else. So technically, Mineta died and a new one is born. Or just kill him. Someone asked me to do that. I forget when. But hey, I got the perfect moment. So yeah. Anyways, let's get into this what if. And this is what if Deku, got Carnage part whatever it is. I already started the video and I already yawned. So yeah, great day. So, as I left off, it was Deku and Momo. Oh, I think I left off the Deku Momo moment. Let me double check. I forgot about that. Fell asleep, and yeah, give me a minute. Yeah, I technically did, but I also was like, I backtracked to do like Shinso, Momo, Shinso, Momo, and Mineta. Okay, yeah. So, anyways, Deku gives Momo a call. He asks her if she's doing anything this weekend. And Momo says, yes, actually, I'm going to Island. And Deku says, really? She goes, and I got an extra ticket. You want to come? As Deku just says, sure. What's the worst can happen? As Momo says, there's a dance. As he goes, I don't have a tux. And she goes, oh, I already have one for you. He was like, wait, what? She goes, let's just say I have multiple tucks, so you can try on which one fits better or not, and match up, and match different match if you need to. Deku just shrugs at it and says, you know, thanks, and so after hanging up the phone, he tells his mom he's gonna go to Island with her carnages as sighted because this is the first time he's ever gonna be on a plane. So what happens is, he meets up with Momo. There's Jiro, Uraraka, and Mina. Yeah, I think Mina's there. Was in there. Invisible Girl and Suyu. So yeah, all the girls are there. Deku, has his bag packed and everything, and he sees Momo. He says, "Hey, babe." She then says, "Hey." He kisses her on the cheek, and well, they all get on. Everyone starts chatting. Carnage, wants to come out and look. And Deku just says, "Fine, Carnage." But everyone's gonna forget. I don't care no more. He goes, "Thank God." So he comes out. Suyu sees it. She freaks out. What? Well, I mean, I think I made him show them, but she still freaks out over it, along with everyone else besides Momo. So yeah. Well, if I didn't, then they're freaking out because of that. If I just add that just in case, but yeah. So after that happened, everyone starts chatting with Carnage. Carnage like talking to them, telling them about his life, and they were pretty shocked that he was able to kill so many lives, and Momo just nonchalant. And they ask, "How are you okay with this, Momo?" She says, "I already know, so I'm okay." And Carnage says, "Yeah, but I've been mellowed down because of Izuku being broken." And he has like and he said that with a little bit of envy in his voice. So Uraka says, "Is that a bad thing?" And he goes, "Well, I mean, I could influence him if he had a normal psyche to do was mass carnage, hence the name Carnage." Get it? They all said as they all nod their heads. So you know, after he explains more on who he was and who was Cletus Cassidy and everything else, they all understand a little bit. Oof, man, sorry about that, everyone, but yeah, so they understand it. Uraka's kind of a little bit afraid of it, but hey, it's whatever. To her, she's afraid, but then not afraid. So yeah, Momo's just holding Deku's arm, just being happy. So when they arrive to Island, you know, he he sees, well, forget, we're having Mirio there just in case he is. If I have to give him the quirk. So yeah, so Mirio's there, and along with Kirishima, Bakugo, Todoroki, Mineta, Ida, and mm, Denki. So yeah, so everyone is there. Bakugo sees Izuku. He says, "Oi, nerd! Try to beat this!" And he has the record. Currently. And then Deku just says, he just looks at Momo and says, "You think I can beat him?" Momo just thinks and then says, "Yeah, I think you can beat him." He goes, "All right." So he just like leans on the railing, and Melissa was there with Mirio, and because they were watching, and Mirio sees Deku on the railing, and then he just falls off, falls down, and he's about to like jump off and try to save him, and then Deku just does a just like lands on his feet, and he just says, to Baku goes, "Watch and learn, angry Pomeranian. This is why I'm better than you, and why your ex-girlfriend loves me so much." As he looks over at Mama and just blows a kiss to her, and she just blushes. His older girl's going, just like laughing, and Mama was thinking, why does he always have to be like this sometimes? So Baku gets a little bit angry, and they go like, "What's your quirk?" And he goes like, "My quirk can make into a suit. So can I use it?" She goes, "Sure." So Deku just puts on the suit, and it is the same like usual. He just says fastest time. She the lady says yeah. So he's talking to Carnage, saying how fast can we go? Top speed. I'm saying like because Deku trained and worked out his speed, he's been holding back a lot. So his top speed is basically he'll be invisible to the naked eye. So about 2 seconds, he'll be able to destroy these robots. And Connor says, "Yeah, all right." So they say, "On your mark, get set, begin," and Deku just disappears, and you just hear boom, 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 boom. It's like ricocheted all the way up, and Deku just having the robot's head in his hand, and he just basically crushes it, and it's 2 seconds flat. And and Baku's in shock by this. Todoroki just smiled. So Deku, gets down, suit comes off. He goes, "How was that?" She goes, "That was amazing. How were you able to do that?" He goes, "Training." So he looks at Baku and says, "Beat that." And then he looks at Todoroki and goes like, "You can beat that easily. But maybe I'm a little bit faster still." Todoroki just grins and says, "I'll try to beat it." So he does the whole entire ice thing like in canon to the movie, excuse me, but it's 4 seconds, 4 seconds flat. Could not beat Izuku's record. So Deku just kind of just jumps onto the wall, basically hand, feet, and then gets up on his feet and just start walking up it. Casually walking up, like it doesn't matter. And then boom. He just sits on the railing and goes like, and he looks at Momo and says, "How's that?" She's just smiling and says, "That was great. I didn't know how fast you really were." He goes, "Yeah, training. It helps." So Melissa was in shock by this, and Mira was in shock by this. All Might got in time just to see like the 2 seconds flat thing. Even he was shocked by this. So the whole entire everything happens similar. You know, the whole entire events of people being kidnapped and such, taken as hostages, that happens, but that's gonna happen later. That will all happen to canon. So let me just go over to this real quick. Melissa comes over to Izuku and asks, "What was that costume? How was it made? Like, is that your quirk? That's so amazing." Blah blah blah. Deku's just looking at this girl like, she asks way too many questions. I don't have time for this. I'm on a date with my girlfriend. And she says, "Can I please analyze the suit? Can you but then she asks, "Wait, how?" And then Deku just basically tells her, "Look, the suit, it's a part of within my blood, so you you're gonna have to analyze it if you want to while it's on me. And two, you can't analyze it or get any material from it or nothing. Alright? And three, I'm on a date, so sorry." As Momo's just kind of like pouting, and he goes, "What?" He goes, "You're being mean," she says. And he goes, uh, "Sorry. It's just I can't really, you know." And she goes, "I know." Which everyone, yeah, I think I did have Momo learn about carnage. Yeah, so she understands. Actually, hold on, everyone. I gotta do something real quick. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, just had to do something. So, yeah, he apologizes to Melissa. She says, no, it's alright. She doesn't understand, though, why she can't. As Deku just says, because it's more of a liquefied than any material that can't be made. So, she goes, oh, okay, now I understand. He goes, yeah. So, she, does kind of just look at Deku's hand, and well, actually, she's just looking up and down at Deku, which Momo is thinking, is he, is he being checked out by this girl? Like she want him, and she basically just says, do you use any hero items? Like hero gear. Deku just says, nah, actually, anything actually can get like any material, say like a chest plate or armor, my suit can actually absorb that and make it better for me. So I can get probably like turrets on like my shoulders or holsters for some guns I can make. She goes, "What?" As Deku, open has his like not hand but his like shoulder, as in like a pistol's like handle comes out as he grabs it and pulls it. And he goes, "See." And then he just smashes on the ground and it breaks and just disappears. He goes, pretty handy, huh? She goes, wow. So he also says this suit can also like stop quirks, and he also has another quirk called perfect memory. My catcher quirk can copy other people's quirks, and I can keep them permanently. She's amazed by that, so she has some ideas for Zuko, which he's gonna get some new technology at the end of this part. So yeah. So what happens is, the whole entire thing with the kidnapping, the people meeting up, and everything else does happen. All Might does get captured. Mirio's there, so it's a big difference. But right when like All Might gets captured, everyone's like and like having their hands up. The kids are outside. They're about to leave. Deku just says, "I got this." So he just suit just comes on. Mama just says camouflage. He goes, "Yep," and he just turns invisible. Basically, he just camouflages. He sneaks past everyone, but he leaves something on them. He basically pricks them, leaving a little bit of the carnage, the symbiote within them. And when he gets to All Might, he just like stops using camouflage. They all, one guy sees him and he's trying to move his body and he can't. So Deku just takes off the restraints and he says, "You're welcome, All Might." And All Might's shocked about this, because that was very clever right off the bat. Even Mirio said he would have had a hard time, and the guy was saying, "Why can't we move?" He was like, "Oh, because you got a little bit of my, suit within you, and I can control it at any range. I can easily make your heart stop if I wanted to. Don't resist." As the guys and everyone else who was a hostage are freaking out over this, All Might just like this. Midoriya, I know you are broken, but please refrain from going into heartless mode. And Deku just says, "Yeah, sorry about that, All Might." So everyone leaves. Deku, everyone else does get over there along with All Might. It's a lot more easier then. So yeah. So David's shield, reveals he hired them to do this and all that because All Might, and All Might knows the reason why because he's getting weaker and such, and there needs to be another hero. So Deku just kind of laughs at David's remark, which surprises Melissa and everyone else. Momo, on the other hand, understand why he's like. He goes like, "So wait, you invented a device that can enhance someone's quirk just to help out somebody, you know, who the simple piece is gonna be like gone, so you're afraid of that. So you're trying to help him get more power, and yet you needed it to be stolen so that way you can get more funding for it, or something like that. As Davis says, no, just so that way no one, I forget what was like. I forget what was like the logical, like the whole type of reason. Like, I mean, I know it was for because All Might was losing, his power. But I'm trying to like have Deku make it more logical, saying like more money and stuff. Says no, I just needed so that way the government doesn't like try to take over the project. And Deku just says sighs and basically like, such a smart man, and yet he is so dumb. As he's looking at the guy who basically just standing there with the device in his hand, and he just says that guy's gonna betray you. He's going to probably take you a hostage and wants to use you to create more of them to make an army of people with enhanced quirks. As it was like, no, that's not well, that would be impossible. He says, but Deku just says, "Yeah, I don't care." So he just transforms, and then he just brings out a freaking pistol with BBs. He was like, drop the freaking like tiara, and just basically let's do this peacefully. So he just doesn't. The guy does exactly everything the same. All Might gets trapped within the steel. Never, not never, not that name. Mario, passes right through. Next he's in his birthday suit. So that's embarrassing. Deku is having he's just dodging, and also he dodged so quick enough. He was able to get to Momo and just carry her and just dodge. So, some like Wolf Fang, whatever his name is, that the metal manipulation guy. He basically gets up to the chopper, and so everyone gets there. All Might's there too, and well, he tries to save Shield David from the guy. The guy puts on the device. His quirk gets stronger, and everyone tries to fight off this guy. It's having troubles at first. Deku, on the other hand, he's having an easy time. He's just dodging, and he just says, "This is so boring." You know what? Freak this. He just transforms. He gets the suit on, and then it starts morphing into carnage, basically, and just like the guy saying, "What the?" As Deku just says, "Well, let's have some fun," and then he just starts running. He just starts running. He just jumps up and starts web swinging. The guy sends out multiple pillars. Deku just like grabs onto one, gets on top of it, just starts running and doing that same thing, jumping from one to to the other. So the guy sends out a big cube, and Deku gets hit by it, and he gets into like on the building, getting crushed. Carnage saying, "Man, this guy's a real piece of work, isn't he, Midoriya?" As Deku just says, "Yeah, it's annoying." As in Deku, like grabbing, like digging into the claws and just start slicing his way through basically the metal. And so what happens is he comes out the other end and is saying, "I'm back," as Mo just laughs at that a little. Everyone like wondering why, and Mo says she doesn't know why. It's just the way he said it was so funny. So he basically, Momo just asked Deku, "What are you gonna do now?" He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get up there and close, and I'm gonna freaking tie him up with my tendril." So yeah, he said that with the normal voice. The mask came off. The mask came on. She just says, "Be safe," and then Carnage says, Carnage and him says, "We will." So yeah, so All Might Mirio are trying to do like the Detroit Smash, but for some reason, I mean, All Might's a little bit well. No, it's Mirio. He can't really handle much power, but it's like so he basically they try to do a double Detroit Smash. It doesn't work, but Deku he comes in out of nowhere. He was just on top. He just basically got on top of the sheet of the sheet of metal, and he just starts running as multiple like metal pillars are coming at him. He just jumping onto them, walk, running, and then he gets over to the area, as then he basically does destroy the another person. Yep. And what I mean by that, I mean he's showing another person by making their quirk not activate. So you know he's gonna do that to him. I mean, he's just like also he's destroying some more like metal pillars and rods and such. As when he goes over to metal manipulation guy, he punches him right in the face, sends like a tendril right around him, leaving it on there, and then all of a sudden his quirk is deactivated. It can't do nothing. So everything's falling apart. Deku grabs both of them with both his tendrils, and he just dodging everything until it's in a safe spot. So yeah. So after that, you know, David realized that, All Might can't be around forever, and he sees like a little bit of All Might within him, but there's like something different about him. So yeah. So after that, Melissa, David was arrested. Melissa shows them to her, workshop. Deku sees all the technology and me that Momo was there. Jeez, I don't know why I was having trouble saying that. But yeah, Momo's there. She's very surprised by this. And, Izuku's just looking around. Carnage is just saying, wow, this is really amazing. He goes, yeah, I know. And he sees Deku sees something. He sees, like, armor, like, better than the bulletproof vest that he found. So he asks about this, and she says, "Oh, that's just something I made that was supposed to be on like a copy for something." So, I mean, I got plenty more of them. If you want, you can have it. As Deck, he just puts it on him, and then the suit comes on, and it's just there. It's looking way more like fitted to him, and just like it seems like it's more durable and such. Now the suit does, and he just sees some like gadgets, like wrist, like how can I say this? It goes around your wrist, and basically it like able to shoot something. So he has like a little bit of he has basically one that can like shoot only like not knockout gas, but a needle that has like sleeping, not sleep powder but sleep juice on it. So yeah, he gets that. He gets both for both of his hand. He even gets like and then he just gets those two or those three, along with a few modifications to. Hmm. Yeah, okay. So to like to the like the wristbands. So yeah. So after that, 2 days later, they have to go to the force training part art, but Aizawa doesn't tell them. So they all get on the bus. Everyone's talking. Momo and him are just talking, listening to music. Carnage is, not out, but he's just talking to Izuku. Izuku's, talking back. So yeah. Okay, 40 minutes long because I'm tired. I'm starting to fall asleep here, everyone. I'm sorry, but I gotta like split wood tomorrow, so I gotta get up early. Ugh, God, please help me. But anyway, so they stop like they usually did, and Manette doesn't have to pee, so and a lot of pussycats come to where they do. They'll try to slide. Deku knows this. He grabs Momo, jumps up in the air, does a backflip up in the air, while they and lands on the bus when the landslide happened. that Baku was saying, "Where's Momo?" basically, and well, basically Momo's not there. He's freaking out a little bit, and yeah, so Deku says, "Hey, Eraserhead, is that the best you got?" And he goes, "Problem child." He goes, "I'm not a problem child. I'm just a crazy child." So he laughed at that a little bit along with Momo. And the pussy, the Wawa Pussycats don't understand. So he just says, so let me guess, we have to go down there and fight monsters or something? And he says, yes. And Deku just says, alright. Why am I getting used? Freak it. He just quirks claws, And Momo just, he just tells Momo, just make a freaking, BB gun. No, not BB gun. Just make something. Oh, sorry, yawn, but yeah, strong and durable. So she makes a shield. And so, they hop down well, Deku drops down. He catches Momo. And Ozawa says, you can go on the bus or you can go down there and help out your classmates. And Momo says, classmates. And Deku goes, fine, we have to help out Bakugo, the angry Pomeranian. As Momo says, no, leave him. Help everyone else out. And he goes, okay. So, yeah. So, basically, Deku just jumps off where the landslide happened, which is why Pussycats are kind of wondering what the heck. Same with Momo. So they get down there. People have already gone in and fight. Hold on. So Deku and Deku and her rush in, and they see people are in trouble. Deku comes out of nowhere, slicing he makes his claws longer. He slices right through one of their heads, and literally shoots out just like the little bullets hitting the rock monsters, or clay monsters, rock monsters, whatever you call them. So yeah, so they all start doing very well now. The strategies are working. They're gonna done pretty quickly, and they get there about 2 hour and an hour and 50 minutes, an hour and 55 minutes. Huh. All right. Yeah, like I said, I'm getting tired, so I'm gonna have to end this soon. But anyways, so what happens is, they get there, they're pretty impressed by it, they cook and all that, Deku helps out. Momo's, can't wait to eat the cooking, and neither can Carnage. So they were pretty impressed by, Baku's skills in cooking, and Deku's just, starting to show what he can do. So everyone likes that. Baku gets a little bit pissed. And then, well, that night, not that night, the next day, they do their training. Aizawa can't really think for Deku, so Deku just starts doing his workout. He increases the weight on his body itself with the carnage, with symbiote. So yeah, and he just starts doing his training. Which, when everyone came from Class 1B, they were pretty shocked to see the class is doing this much training, all that, and so. Michael. Yeah. Let's say there's a Michael in Class 1B. He comes up. He comes up and says about the Class 1A. What time have they been out here all this time? And Deku's just there doing push themselves. Yep, they've been doing all that while I just been doing normal exercise. And they like, really? He goes, well, I can increase using my suit. So my weight now is actually more than 500 pounds. So yeah, so after all that, that night, Deku sees Koda. He follows Koda. He brings him food, and then Koda says about the heroes. His parents were killed and all that. How heroes, they just leave people behind, and Deku just says to him, I snapped. I lost my mind. I'm crazy, and I'm still trying to become a hero. So you can tell anyone of what you think, but just remember, your parents didn't leave you because they wanted to, kid. They left you because their life was taken. It's like I could take your life right now, but I'm not. And Koda was a little bit afraid because Deku's eyes were like pure, like he was seeing, like he thought was the dark void looking back at him. And Deku just tells him, you just have to move on. Stop blaming heroes for your parents' deaths. They were taken away from you by the person who killed them. And that person will pay. I promise you that. He goes, how? How will you kill him? How, not kill him. How will you defeat him? He has a quirk that's so strong, you probably can't even. And Deku just says, I can kill anything with my quirk. You'll see. So he gets up, pats, him on the head, Koda, and then he just tells him, eat up. You're needed for your strength, trust me. So yeah, so that happens. He goes back down, and well, that's where I'm actually gonna. We're gonna get back again. Well, oh frick! I had a whole plan. I had a whole plan out. Let's say overhauls in here. Just overhauls here. Like he was like just overhaul was just like trying to get Eri outside, get some fresh air too, And they went to the forest. Eri ran away, and Overhaul's been looking for her. So Deku, sees Eri and just running as she tries to hide. Deku, sneaks over to her, grabs her, and he sees he waits to see who Ares running from. He sees Overhaul. He comes by the tree as then he brings on a suit, and she camouflages himself and Eri because he puts his suit around her, which Carnage gets some of the memories from Eri and some of her feeling, and he can already tell how much pain and fear she feels for this person. It's skyrocketing. So after Overhaul leaves, he wants to put out a search, but he knows there's heroes nearby, so he just walks away. He takes the suit off Eri. He just starts running. Because Deku even felt her fear and all that. He just starts running. He ran all the way to camp with Eri in his arms. And they just ask what happened. He just says, I found this girl. She was afraid. And, then all of a sudden Carnage came out and goes, this kid was experimented on. As I was there, he goes, what do you mean? It's, Carnage explains the whole entire situation. And so as I says, quirk canceling bullets that can that they're trying to work on, erasing quirks permanently. The Yakuza, huh? So yeah. And Carnage says that's all I got. So Aries, a little bit shy around everyone else. She's even shy around Deku and this creature that came out his back. As he just looking at her. He just smiles. She's a little bit, scared, and he puts his hand out towards her, and she backs away, but he just starts patting her head. He goes like, "You're very strong. You've been through so much, but you don't have to worry now. I am here. All right." So she nods, and like Deku walks over to her, hugs her, and just says, "You're gonna be with me. You're gonna be sleeping in my room tonight. We're gonna have to find some new clothes for you and such." And so Eri does try out multiple clothing, and it just works with um Momo's clothing. Well, no, not Momo's. Yeah, yeah, Momo's clothing. It looks somewhat similar, but only when she's younger. So yeah, and Well, so I am starting to pass out, but I'm starting to like fall asleep. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to end this. Ari, she's a part of this because I'm gonna make someone die in the next part. No, yeah, I'm gonna end it. I was gonna do the hot team, the hot spring scene, but that's where I will do it next time because I'm tired. I'm starting to fall asleep. All right, everyone. I hope you guys have a nice day and night wherever you guys are. Just be safe. I am really sorry about this video being 40 minutes, 50 or an hour long. It's just I'm starting to fall asleep and tired. Yeah. All right. Bye, everyone.